As a water supply agency for the 1.7, 1.8 million people that we serve, we've got a lot of challenges. One of the major ones for this region is drought. There's a host of different things that happen in that watershed that potentially impact the amount of water that we have stored in reservoirs and the quality of that water. It's critical for us that we find partners that are already established in that watershed that have potential to plug into the private landowners like Natural Resources Conservation Service or Soil Water Conservation Service or Trinity Waters or the Sand County Foundation.
Water as a Crop was developed by Sand County Foundation, and it's really a four-step process. First, we assess the land to see what conservation practices are needed. We train the landowners, we provide financial incentives, and we monitor the results of the conservation to show the value of our work. When landowners understand water as a crop, they'll cherish it and nurture it like they do other crops on their land. The Trinity Basin is a good place for the first Water as a Crop model project because the population here, including Dallas, Fort Worth, and Houston, are dependent upon the river system for their water supply and for their drinking water. The Water as a Crop program works with local partners. We work with local conservation groups like Trinity Waters, local leading landowners like Gary Price on 77 Ranch, and local investors such as Miller Coors and other local foundations in Texas.
Well, really, when you break ranching down, I mean, it's about grass and water. Water as a crop, we're actually trying to see how water can have an added value to ranch diversification. Everybody's water comes across somebody's land somewhere. The practices that we do here obviously affect our urban friends and neighbors, their drinking water. And we know that by doing these conservation practices, whether it's growing tall native grasses and teaching folks about rotational grazing, that we can actually save them on the cleanup of that water and be a benefit to them downstream.
We've got to remember that the primary consumers of water are in the urban areas. Protecting the Trinity River Basin is so important because the watershed serves over 8 million people, which constitutes over 40% of the population of the state of Texas.
We pool financial resources from around the country to distribute at the local level. We make participation in the program simple for landowners, so it's zero cost to them. Miller Coors is the corporate sponsor for the Trinity Project. They've also provided $150,000 of direct support for the project here in the Trinity Basin.
We here at Miller Coors, we believe with great beer comes great responsibility. Why I care about water conservation? It's because that's the basis for everything. If you have a practice of saving 1 gallon today, tomorrow it's 2 gallons. And because it's not an infinite source, that's one of the reasons why it's so important to bring water to the table of awareness of everybody.
Through this program, we were able to show the benefits of good conservation practices.